So here we are, roughly 2 weeks into the new season. I know it doesn't feel like it because technically, to me, at least, the new season always started when that first game kicked off. But apparently, apparently the new season starts whatever it was, like March 15th. So we're like 2 weeks into that. Teams are signing free agents. They're trading for people. They've been really busy trying to get their teams together before they have to go into the draft and draft their guys for the future. So that first week of free agency gets really crazy. And we talked a lot about what went down last week. This week was a lot slower. It's a little bit more trades, a lot more talks about what teams should do. And there's only a couple of big name free agents left that still need a home for the next season. Now, sometimes these guys don't get signed by anyone. And it's kind of weird because you're like, these guys are really big names. How do they not get signed? Most of the time it's because they demand a little too much money. And so they sit for a year, they reduce their expectations, and then all of a sudden they're signed for the next year. Now, we don't think that this list of guys that we have is going to not be picked up by anyone, but we're just going to break down in this episode where we think this list of guys is going to go. Talk about a little bit of the news around the league, some things that haven't happened yet, but are kind of projected to happen. And then at the end of the episode, Kadin and I are really excited about this one. We are going to, from the NFL, draft our 10 guys who we think would help us the most in a gladiator fight against the other guys.
Yep, we're drafting our own teams.
Drafting our own teams. We think that could be kind of fun, and I'm pretty sure that my team's going to win. I put a lot of thought into it, tens and tens of seconds into each pick, so we hope that you guys enjoy. This is K&A Football. Welcome back, Kadin.
I know. I was going to say, it feels like a long time since I've been here talking about football with you, because obviously last week I wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week before was the March Madness episode. So it's really been 3 weeks. Did we take the week before that off too? I think we did.
I think we take us out like there's anything to talk about.
So I think it's been 4 weeks since I've been here talking football. But yeah,
That's
I'm glad that I'm able to do stuff again. I'm still in some pain. I'm still not able to eat much, really. I had Chipotle with you yesterday, and I pretty much just ate a glorified salad. Couldn't have any of the meat, but yeah, we're getting better. Mouth still hurts a little bit, so sometimes I feel like I'm slurring my words, but I'm sure it sounds great on the podcast.
I'm sure it sounds great on microphone. Yeah, it's fine.
Don't
worry about that stuff. So, first up here on our list of free agents is a guy that has been... he didn't play last year, and he's been off the radar for about 2 years now, and he hasn't been relevant since around 2016. So I'm sure that most of you would recognize him from the famous one-handed catch is, of course, Odell Beckham Jr. He tore his ACL.
Yeah, he tore everything in his knees.
He tore everything in his knees during the Rams Super Bowl run. Mm-hmm. So he was on the Rams team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown in that game.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
So he went ahead and tore his everything. So then he didn't play last year, obviously. And he wanted to sign with a team right before the playoffs last year. He wanted to, go figure, he wants to chase a ring.
Hey.
And he was like, I'm going to sign with whatever team I think has the best chance to win a Super Bowl. And then no one ended up wanting him because he wasn't even going to play then either. But now here he is. He wants to play again. Who could have guessed? And if I had to guess, I would go ahead and say that Odell probably wants a Super Bowl. He's probably at that age where he's just chasing Super Bowl. He's not chasing a 5-year deal. He's not chasing a 3-year deal. Mm-mm. He's chasing a 1-year deal where he can go win a Super Bowl, and if it doesn't work, he'll try again next year.
Mm-hmm. And I think the reason the teams aren't signing him is because Odell has one of the biggest egos. Everybody knows it in the league. He's not the receiver he was his rookie year or his second year. He's injury prone. He's torn multiple ACLs multiple times. He's not the same. He's older. He's slower. He's just not the same receiver. But he's still going to want like 20 mil a year, which is why teams aren't going to be like, oh yeah, let's just throw money at him. Like, no, you're injury prone. You're not worth that. We can get a younger receiver in the draft or something like that. But I mean, obviously, if he's going to go to a contender, he's not going to hurt your team. I mean, he's going to be a good signing for wherever he goes. But yeah, you feel like you've just seen his name so much in the last 2 years because his name is so big. Like ESPN constantly talking about him, Bleacher Report, like all these things. It's like, oh, where's Odell going to go? And then for a year, he just still doesn't go anywhere. But
yeah. So if you had to guess, where do you think he would go? What do you think is the best option for a team and for Odell?
Last year during, like you said, he was trying to go to a team right before the playoffs. And the team that was really in that conversation was the Giants, which was obviously his first team, the team he had the most success with. And he was the best in the Giants. And they didn't really have a receiver. And they don't really have a receiver right now either. And I think it makes sense for him to go back to the Giants. I mean, the Giants fans love him. I don't know how he feels about the Giants. I mean, he's came out and said that he would be open to going back to the Giants. I think him going to the Giants would be a lot of fun for fans to watch. Yeah. And it'd be the best for him. I mean, they're not bad. They might not be like the Chiefs, obviously, but like they'll go to the playoffs maybe.
Yeah, they're in the NFC. Yeah. They'll go to the playoffs.
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, I think going to the Giants makes a lot of sense for him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, if the Cowboys seem very uninterested in him, and I think that a lot of that reason, like you said, is because he demands so much money. If the Giants were to sign him, I'd be curious where they got that money from because they signed Daniel Jones for way more money than he was worth. And did they franchise tag Saquon?
Yeah.
Man? Yeah, they did. So I don't know where they'd be pulling the money from, but they don't have receivers like you said. So, it would make sense. It really would. Next up is actually there are a lot of Browns players on this list. That's fine. 3 former Browns on this list.
True.
So the next one is kind of the yang to the yin of Myles Garrett for these last couple of years. It was Jadeveon Clowney. He was playing on the opposite side of the line as Myles Garrett. And he initially was like, I went out of Cleveland because all they care about is Myles Garrett. And then he later retracted that because
Myles Garrett got mad at him.
Yeah, Myles Garrett was
and you don't want to get beat in the head with a
helmet. That's bad news right there.
Maybe you want that in a Coliseum. I don't know.
It's true. It's true. We'll keep that in mind. So, obviously he didn't re-sign with the Browns. Very unfortunate. I really like the guy. But then we went ahead and got some Vikings dude who I've never heard of before, but it's fine. And I honestly, if I'm being completely honest here, I have no idea where he's going to go.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It's the kind of the story of him every year where whenever he's a free agent, he thinks he's so good, which he was all right with the Browns. I mean, he was a solid player, but
yeah,
Myles Garrett was commanding double teams. I mean, he's just like, he's getting all the attention, so it's leaving Jadeveon Clowney with easier ways to get to the QB. And he's like, dude, I'm elite. Like, give me all this money. I was the first overall pick. Yeah, you were insane in college, but you kind of just been average in the NFL. And that's why no one's signing him. Kind of like Odell. He just wants so much money. He's an average player, but I really don't know where he's going to go.
I mean, think of his the 2 best teams that he's been on, like those two most productive teams. And that's been the Texans, where then he played opposite of one of the best defensive talents we've ever seen, J.J. Watt. And now the same thing in Cleveland, where he plays opposite of Myles Garrett. So it's like, yeah, sure. You get to the quarterback, you get sacks, you get the pressures. But why is that? Because on the other side of the line, the other guy's getting double teamed.
Send him to the Niners. He can go opposite side of Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. Their defenses just seems to get better. They don't care about the offense. Just keep signing defensive players.
Seriously, they went out and signed Javon Hargrave a couple weeks ago, and he was one of the best defensive free agents. And I'm like, since when do they need that? Like, their offense is the one that lost them their year because they all got hurt. Like, sign more at least bench players. Like, they don't need defense. They're already unfair. Whatever. Just teams are not going to score against them this year. I've already decided.
Yeah, they're just going to have 0 points scored on them all year.
Whatever.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Next up, I guess we can kill 3 birds with one stone here. We got the triple running backs. So we got Leonard Fournette, Zeke, and Kareem Hunt. Leonard Fournette and Zeke were both kind of surprisingly cut by their teams. They're older, so it makes sense to just save up some money. Kareem Hunt wanted out of Cleveland, and they kept him there, and then his contract's up, so he's leaving, obviously.
Yeah.
The youngest out of the 3 is Kareem Hunt, and I personally think the best out of the 3 is Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I'd be willing to go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one do you think gets a job first?
Gets a job first? Probably Zeke. I'd say Zeke probably gets signed before the rest of these guys. Fournette's been released for the last, I don't know, month and a half.
Yeah.
Zeke was only released. I mean, and everyone knew Kareem Hunt's contract was done at the end of the year. So he's been a free agent for a while too. Zeke was only just cut like last week, which just came as a surprise to pretty much everyone. But, clearly the Cowboys are moving towards Tony Pollard.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. He deserves to be the one, and he deserved to be the one last year, but Jerry Jones decided not that. So I think Ezekiel Elliott will probably get signed first, just because if someone was going to sign Kareem Hunt, they would have done it already. And Leonard Fournette is just not the guy that he was. He used to be good, and now he's fat and slow.
Yeah, he was amazing his first couple of years when he was with the Jaguars.
Yeah, he was. He really was.
Now like you said, he's fat and slow, and he's kind of trash now. I mean, he's not trash. He can still do stuff, but not to the level of Kareem Hunt, maybe.
Right. I really do think Zeke will go first. Again, not for any particular reason.
I mean, he's narrowed it down to his 3 teams that are interested in him. They said the Jets, the Bengals, and the Eagles.
Yeah, which I can see the Eagles. I would say that the Eagles is probably his most tempting. Like if the Eagles offered him money, even if it was less than what the Bengals or Jets were to offer him, I think he'd probably take the Eagles just because they just went to the Super Bowl. Zeke has never been to a conference championship. So,
and you get to play the Cowboys twice a year.
You play Cowboys twice a year, which,
And I'm sure he wants to after getting cut. I mean, I'd be a little mad too.
And I was kind of happy to see and hear this. He wants to wear number 15 again. His Ohio State number, he wants to be number 15 again, which I would love to see.
Won a championship with that number.
He did, man. Gotta love it. Yeah. I would hate, I said this, I don't think I said it last week, but I said it to enough people outside of the podcast here that I would hate if Ezekiel Elliott went to the Bengals. That would be just my worst nightmare. Having to play Ezekiel Elliott 2 times a year.
I mean, he's not the same running back he was.
He's a power back. He doesn't have the speed anymore. I don't know if any of you guys watched him when he first came into the league and while he was still in college, but he was absolutely lightning quick, and he would just hurdle guys. It did not matter. They would be standing straight up and he would hurdle them. It did not matter. He was hurdling anyone. He was fantastic, and I loved watching him. So he's not that guy anymore. Short yardage situations, he's going to run you over, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. Not Derrick Henry style, because Derrick Henry's any situation, he's going to run you over. But short yardage and blocking, Ezekiel Elliott will do that. And the Bengals kind of need an extra offensive lineman. Not at center. Do not put Zeke at center. We learned that that's a bad idea. But as a blocking back, he's quite good.
The Eagles, they need another running back because Miles Sanders left this year for the Panthers, and they have no real running back anymore. I think Kareem Hunt fits in really good there. I mean, they have a really good passing offense, and he can catch the ball. And I mean, they ran it a lot last year with multiple running backs, but I feel like Kareem Hunt's just the perfect guy to just put in that system. He's quick. He's not just a pound it. He fits their offense.
Right. Really and that's what the Eagles are. The Eagles are quick. They're not super powerful, other than when you get to 4th and 1, then you know what to expect. But other than that, their offense is really quick. And Kareem Hunt's exactly that. He catches a lot and perfect for Jalen Hurts' read options.
Yeah. Realistically, I think it'll go Kareem Hunt to the Eagles. Zeke, I know you don't like it, but Zeke to the Bengals.
I can see it. I hate it.
It makes a lot of sense. And Fournette, it might be a while till he gets signed. I mean, he will be signed.
Yeah, probably split touches if I had to guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably not going to get signed as the big guy.
I mean, Zeke will be split touches as well with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
But Fournette, I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know.
No one? I don't know.
I mean, he'll go somewhere. He's a good running back, but he's not getting any skinnier and smaller.
Right.
He's just getting chubbier and slower.
And as everyone knows, the Browns are really good at producing talent that deserves to start somewhere else, but we just don't utilize them correctly here. Jacoby Brissett, I obviously believe, deserves to start somewhere else. Kareem Hunt deserves to start somewhere else. He just didn't have the opportunity under Nick Chubb because Nick Chubb is the best, and I love him very much. So I think Kareem Hunt will probably start, and these 2 guys will get split touches.
Yeah.
Other news from my home division, the AFC North, it came out today that Lamar Jackson went ahead and on March 2nd, which was a very long time ago, almost a month ago, requested a trade out of Baltimore. And no one really knew this because he requested it, and then the Ravens were like, yeah, except we're not going to tell anyone. And then Lamar was like, fine, I won't tell anyone either, and it's all hush-hush. And then all of a sudden, he just randomly decided, like, hey, I'm going to tell everyone today. And then there's just breaking news everywhere. It's like, oh my gosh,
He tweeted it out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It was so random.
It was so random. And then, like, I saw the tweet, and then my phone just starts exploding with, like, Bleacher Report, NFL, all these Instagram pages. They're like, oh my gosh, Lamar requested a trade. It's like, no, he requested a trade a month ago.
Yeah, I thought we
This
already
is
knew
old
this.
news, guys.
Yeah,
He wants out. Like, and the Ravens, for some reason, they're so confident that he's not going anywhere. He doesn't want you guys.
Technically, if they're saying he's not going anywhere, he won't, because they have to be the ones to trade him. He just won't play for them. He'll just sit on your bench. But yeah, I think there's like 4 teams that realistically could trade for him. 4 or 5 teams. I think the favorite, I would say, is the Colts.
Yeah.
They have the draft capital. I mean, this would have to be done before April 27th, because the Colts have the 4th pick in the draft, and obviously that would be a big part in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd have to make that deal before the draft. But the Colts could be in play. They obviously need a quarterback. The Falcons, please no, but Falcons could be a part of it. The Raiders could be a part. They've Jimmy Garoppolo, but we all know he's not really there to be the answer. They need something more than Jimmy Garoppolo.
They were good guessed.
Yeah, and the Titans.
Really?
The Titans, I think, are in full rebuild mode. And like, tell me a receiver on the Titans right now.
Nope.
Right.
Can't
that's been Lamar's whole career, and so he's used to that.
Go, man. He wouldn't go.
He doesn't have any say.
That's true.
And they're already in full rebuild mode. So you're not paying anyone. You must have a lot of money, because if I can't name you anyone on your team, you can pay him and then just build from there.
I can name you Derrick Henry, but you seem to be shopping him.
Yeah, imagine that read option. Teams just wouldn't start any corners against them because I don't know their receivers. They just start like 11 D linemen all up on the line, and you know it's either a run with Derrick Henry or a run with Lamar Jackson. I mean, you gotta win some games that way, and then as long as you get to the 50-yard line, Justin Tucker can make your field goal.
Justin Tucker's not on that team.
My gosh, what am I doing? Ravens. He's a Ravens kicker.
He's a Ravens kicker.
Yeah, but
got Ravens on the mind.
Yeah. I kind of hope he goes to the Titans. I think that'd be interesting. But I think he'll go to the Colts, realistically.
Yeah, probably. A lot of people have said as well that they think that the Jets are like involved and that the Jets might want him. But I don't really see that as an option, because it's like, if you start pursuing Lamar, do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to feel a little disrespected? Aaron Rodgers is going to feel a little disrespected.
He's got a little bit of an ego.
And he has a little bit of an ego, just a tiny bit. Mm-hmm. And so he's going to say, well, none of that then you don't get me. And he's not going to go.
Right. And if they think the Packers asking price is big for Aaron Rodgers, come on.
Come on, guys.
The reason people aren't going after Lamar is because he wants like,
right. I mean,
he wants people to mortgage their entire future for him. He wants millions and millions, and like, he wants fully guaranteed. He wants Deshaun money, and he always gets injured.
Right. So he not only does he want Deshaun money, which is insane. So he wants not even, I just want a big contract, which is understandable. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I want a big contract. Fair enough. He wants it 100% guaranteed money. So that's a huge risk. On top of that, the Ravens went ahead and franchise tagged him, which means he's theirs for at least this season, which means that if you want him, you have to trade. And the Ravens know that he's a great quarterback. So your options are, option A, you trade for him, which is already going to cost you a first round at least.
It's at least 2. With the franchise, it has to be at least 2.
Never mind. It's going to cost you at least 2 first round picks. Mm-hmm. So say goodbye to any future young guys. And you're going to go ahead and pay him all of the money in the world because he wants it. And so goodbye signing anyone. So you have just Lamar. So your options are limited. You can't go to a team that's full rebuild mode. Like, I don't see him going to the Titans just because, like, what are you going to do? Now you have Lamar. Congratulations. You can't draft anyone. You can't sign anyone. You have Lamar. I do see him going to a team that is Super Bowl ready. If his team is Super Bowl ready, then maybe I can see them taking Lamar if they're just a quarterback away, like the Jets. But they're already going after Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, if you had asked me if I think he'll stay as a Raven or go somewhere else, I think he'll stay because no team is going to want to have to pay him that much and give up all those picks for someone who's never won a playoff game, has been injured every season. I mean, it's just not worth it to me. Teams don't want to mortgage their whole future. And if you don't want to mortgage your whole future, but you still want a really nice deck for a fair price, call K&F Construction. K&F Construction has been serving the Northeast Ohio community for over 16 years, specializing in composite decks. K&F Construction takes the time and effort to provide the service and product that you deserve for your home. You can call K&F Construction today at 330-575-2465 for a free estimate. Again, that's 330-575-2465. You can also visit kfdex.com, which is linked in the description. K&F Construction, let us build your dream backyard.
That was heat.
Yeah?
I'm not going to lie.
I was kind of proud of that one. I was thinking, because you have such good ones, like every week leading into it. And I'm like, man, mine are not as good. Like, I was listening last week, I'm passed out on the couch, anesthesiaed up, and I'm like, and then I just hear, what did you say last week?
I was talking about Dak Prescott.
Talking about how he's like, what was it, like trash?
He's like not a great, he's sitting behind, not a great Dak, is what I said.
Yeah, it's just so smooth, just goes into it, and I'm like, man, like, I could never do that. And I was like, man, this one's actually kind of good. So,
That's really good.
Happy with it.
It's pretty bars right there. All right, really quick before we finish up here, what's going on with the Jets?
What are you talking about?
Jets and Packers. Like, why haven't they reached a deal yet? I thought this was going to be done. What's going on? I'm confused.
I mean, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time.
We've been saying that for weeks now.
It's gonna happen. It's just, I don't know when. And it has to happen before the draft. Like, kind of like the whole thing with the Colts I was saying. It has to happen before the draft because I'm sure that the Packers want picks from the Jets. And they're not going to want a next year's pick. They're going to want a pick now. So the Jets really need to, like, at some point you just got to be like, okay, fine. We want
which team's going to be fine? Is it going to be the Packers?
The Jets feel like they are being scammed. Like, they're giving up too much. Yeah, they're not getting. Yeah, they're giving away too much.
Right, which they are. But the Packers are probably like, well, what are you gonna do? Play with Zach Wilson next year?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So, at some point, you just gotta be like, okay, we're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna bite the bullet and take. Like, we gotta get him.
Right. So either the Jets say fine and they just throw the picks at him, or the Packers are like, fine, we want the picks, and they lower it. So one of the teams is gonna give, or they don't. And Rodgers stays right where he's at for the next year. I don't know how much is left on his contract, but he sits right there, and the Jets just have nobody.
Yeah, it's either Rodgers or Wilson. Like, take your pick.
Those are your options.
You can either go to a Super Bowl next year potentially, or have Zach Wilson, right, and lose every game. Yeah, so has to be done.
So you think the Jets are going to give first?
Huh?
You think the Jets are going to give?
Yeah, I don't think the Packers. I mean, Packers don't really have any leverage either, I guess, because like, what, he's going to sit there on your bench and but I think the Jets.
We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. Okay. Now, the moment that we have all been waiting for. I know that I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. For almost a day now.
No, it's been about what, like
12 hours?
8 hours?
Either way, here we go. So Kadin and I are going to draft 10 players that we think would beat the other teams or the other guy's team in a gladiator match.
Yeah, we are in a fight to the death. In the Coliseum.
Last guy standing wins.
And we're backyard football style. Me and Austin are there. All the dudes are lined up. I want you. And
right, exactly. You just pick them off. You get 10 guys. There it is. So there are a couple players that we need. Okay? There are a couple guys
there's some
you absolutely need.
Yeah, requirements.
So it is required that each guy drafts a quarterback, a kicker, a coach, an offensive lineman, and a fullback. Okay,
Hold on, let me write
useless
this down
position
before I forget, so I don't accidentally forget. Quarterback.
I have it in here.
Wide receiver. Well, I have my own separate doc for.
Okay. And then you get
receiver,
5 guys of your choice.
Not receiver. Would you say quarterback?
Kicker, coach,
offensive
lineman, and fullback.
Fullback. All right. All right.
So
So how are we doing this? We're going you first.
Yeah, so we're going snake draft.
Okay.
We've already said that I'm going first.
Mhm.
So I'll get pick number 1. Kadin will get picks 2 and 3, and then I'll get 4 and 5, and so on.
Yeah.
So that's how it'll go. So
We definitely got to put a poll up on like Instagram, like whose team wins, right?
definitely.
All right, absolutely.
Okay. So with the first overall pick in the 2023 Gladiator Fight Draft,
I think there's a consensus pick here.
I agree. I think that everyone knows who's going first.
Absolutely.
Team Austin would like to select Roger Goodell, commissioner.
That's crazy.
See, now most of you might say to yourself, well, hold on here.
Hold on here. That you just lost. Like it's over. Okay.
Mr. Goodell
Thank
is,
you for watching this episode. Austin has decided to not make this a fun segment as his team is going to get brutally killed 10-0 or 11-0. How many dudes are on our team?
No.
What are you doing?
No, this is a good pick. Okay, this is why.
He's not even on my list.
That's an L for you.
That's not L for me.
This is a great pick. Okay, this is probably the best pick out there. Okay.
I would hope so because he was your first pick.
Yes. So the reason that he's the best is because Roger Goodell, while he may not be a physical specimen, though
And that kind of does matter in a fight to the death situation.
There
no?
have been clips that have surfaced from NFL headquarters where Roger Goodell, instead of fixing the rules on what is a catch, is doing 40-yard dashes in the hallway during combine time. But that's fine. So, he does have some physical attributes. But the reason that I pick Roger Goodell is because he can make anything happen. Okay? If he wants my team to win, he'll just throw money at the problem. He'll pay the refs. He'll do whatever
You're
he
not
can.
going into. There's no refs in this Coliseum.
No,
you don't
he'll
got
find
money.
a way.
You're going in there.
Trust.
You're going in there.
He will find
with
a way.
the clothes on
Roger
your
Goodell,
back. You're going in there with the clothes on your back.
He's winning.
Don't forget the sword.
No, you're not going in there with
He
those
has the big
swords.
sword,
Those swords are for
He's
fun.
winning.
They're
The
plastic
sword.
He's winning.
swords.
Roger Goodell wins. Every other team in the NFL loses. Every other player loses. Roger Goodell is always the winner.
You should take that pick back. Like I will give you a chance right now to take that pick
Roger
away.
Goodell is the number 1 overall pick. He is the best guy in this situation. He will
looks
take
like
care
he
of
can
you.
manage that sword.
Trust.
Look at him. His little
You just
microphone.
sold yourself here.
No, I win. I win.
All right. Well,
Trust.
for the actual first pick of the draft here, I really don't see how this wasn't a consensus pick. That was
Greatest pick you've ever seen.
okay. If we're gonna go 1-on-1, if our first overall picks are gonna fight each other, they're going like everyone's in their little mini brawls. Who'd you draft?
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I
Roger
couldn't
Goodell.
think of his name right there. Roger Goodell is off to the side for versing this guy in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Goodell is dead in
No, he's not.
10 seconds. For
Joey
my
right now.
first pick, I'm taking Aaron Donald.
Roughing the passer.
What's
you
he
lose.
gonna do?
You lose.
He's not a ref. He's
Doesn't
not.
matter.
He's
There's
got
no
money. refs in
He's
the.
paying him off. He's paying him off.
I'm taking Aaron Donald.
You lose. It's roughing the passer.
Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the league and has been he's scary. He's the most physical beast in the league.
And not when there's money and roughing
Okay,
the passer
okay.
on the line. I'll tell you right now, Roger Goodell's a better
Out of
better-
players, he's the most physical beast in the league.
He doesn't even need he does have a dagger.
No.
He doesn't need one though.
He does not.
We did the math one time. I think we've talked about this before. We did the math once and went ahead and found out that Aaron Donald could literally bench press Debbie's family.
That's right. That's true.
The amount that he could, if Debbie's family sat on the bar, he could bench press Debbie's family, which is just incredible.
All right. Well, now I have another pick, so I'm going to be up pretty much 2-0 here.
Untrue.
Who do I want to take? Let's check a look at my list real quick. All right. I'm going to. All right. For my second pick, I already got a big boy in the defensive line. Now I'm going to take a big boy in the offensive line. I'm going to take Trent Williams for the 49ers. We all saw what he did to the guy in the Eagles in the playoff game. He dropped that dude. He was swinging. He looked horrifying. He's on top middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're not taking him to the ground. I'm sorry. He's like 380 pounds.
Bro, you got the spear.
He's got this. Yeah, right.
Like this comparison. Do you think he's really gonna take him?
Yeah, he's gonna take him. I'm telling you right now, Roger Goodell is the winner. I was like, it could be Roger Goodell versus your 10 guys. Like, Roger Goodell's winning.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, we all saw what he could do in a fight in the Eagles game.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so with pick number 4, then I'm going to take a little bit of a different direction from my first pick. I'm going to go with who I believed if I couldn't take Goodell 1, I would take this guy 1. I'm going Myles Garrett.
Okay,
The
that's
fourth
fair.
pick,
That's fair.
which does seem pretty legit, guys. Come on, he's good,
I mean, we all saw. We know what he can do,
dude. All
with
he
a
needs is the
in his
helmet,
hand. But
and look what he's got.
oh, that's true.
He's got a helmet in his
That's
hand.
a very fair point.
That was good stuff there, Debbie.
But
You did good.
I will say, is he holding? Oh, that's good. I will say right now, I'm not drafting Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, you'd probably
Lose he might
if he
be
did.
worthless in this situation.
no. He's pretty good still.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing: is you think that your 2 guys have Goodell, but Myles Garrett's been facing double teams his whole career, so he's got your 2 guys, and Goodell's still out there throwing money at the amphitheater. So you're losing. You're actually just losing.
Okay.
Debbie, I'm a little disappointed because the guy that I want next, you don't have on here.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. The guy I'm thinking of.
could've
Oh, I
thought
see
all of
some.
them.
This is an issue. Debbie, is there any resolve? Is there
That's okay. Just Debbie can go to Google real quick and just talk. Just say it. Bring him up.
100%? Okay, so with the 5th overall pick, I'm going back to the style of my first pick, and
Dude, this is so dumb.
I am taking Daniel Snyder.
Dude, we're talking players. I thought we said players. In the
Yeah,
fight.
you would think that.
He
You
also
would have thought
can't.
that.
That's also a terrible pick.
That's a great pick. See, here's why. So you think you would think that maybe Daniel Snyder, this little fat guy that owns the football team, you think that maybe he can't do very much. Well, guess what? You're wrong, because he's going to find all the dirt on your players. Then he's going to blackmail them. Now, where this differs from the real life Daniel Snyder is he's not going to get caught and thrown out. Yeah, there he is. He's not going to get caught and thrown out of this arena. He's actually just going to win. So that's going to be really great. This is a really great pick. I think this is a great draft value.
you're just memeing at this point.
5th
Like,
overall pick.
no, you're memeing.
This is a great pick.
Stop. Like,
This is a great pick.
okay, in NFL, everyone on the Commanders and football, like everyone hates him. So that just gives my team more reason to just want to beat you guys. Senseless.
We hate him too. That just fuels him. It fuels
that
him.
makes you guys beat him.
Nah, it
There's some-
fuels him.
You just got what's the word I'm looking for? Like friendly fired.
No, it fuels
Yeah.
him. Nah, he's got all the blackmail. He's legit. He's
All right,
legit.
I am kind of running away with this.
No, you're getting killed right now. You're actually losing.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna post a poll on the Instagram though, so check that out after the podcast.
All right.
Team wins.
For my next pick, take a look at my list. All right, I'm gonna take one of the required ones off of the list. Oh, I already took O lineman off. I'm gonna
You did?
highlight that for myself. I'm gonna take fullback off the list. When I heard we had to do fullback, I was like, whoa, I can't even name you any fullbacks, but I can name you 2. I can name you Juszczyk, who's obviously the best fullback in the league,
Yeah.
and I can name you Pat Ricard, who's the Ravens fullback. He's also very good. He goes to the Pro Bowl every year too. He's not as good as a football player, but this man's like 250 pounds and he's like huge. He used to play D lineman, and then he switched to fullback.
That's unfair. You shouldn't be allowed to do that, actually.
That pretty much tells you all you have to know. So I'm taking Pat Ricard.
Dude,
I mean, look at that man.
like,
If
look at
this
that man.
was
He's a
look,
beast.
yeah, right. If this was a football game, absolutely, I'm taking Juszczyk.
Yeah.
He's a great fullback. But this isn't football. This is a fight to the death, and I want the big boys. So I'm taking.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick, actually. It's a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Who you taking next?
Oh, I have back to back.
Yeah, back to back, man.
Coach, quarterback, kicker. Nah, I'm gonna wait. For my next pick, I have a trend going right now. If you couldn't realize, I get the big boys because they're
I go with the boys with the money.
you're stupid. I'm gonna go with the biggest boy out of all the boys. He is he is the heaviest player in the league.
Okay.
There's no way you're bringing this guy down. Vita Vea out of the Buccaneers, I think.
Yeah.
He's a unit.
Yeah,
Like,
he's huge.
That's his picture when he was coming out of college, and he was pretty underweight compared to what he is now. Now this man is a good 360 something pounds. I mean, he can move. for a 360 pounder. I mean, he's not gonna be fast, but he can just jump on you, and you're gone. Like there is zero chance that you're getting up from that.
If you say so, man. I'll believe you here.
If he jumped on that Washington Commanders coach, then bro, he'd be like squashed.
Right. And say you're gonna use the Roger Goodell money thing. Maybe he trips on Roger Goodell, and Roger Goodell's just dead on the spot. Like it's over.
That would be an unfortunate situation. I don't really have a comeback for that
Yeah.
one. If Vita Vea were to trip and land on Goodell, like I'm cooked.
Yeah.
That's my money guy. I'm gonna have to rely on Dan Snyder. All right, so with my next
Well,
two
you're
picks-
right, because Vita Vea's taken out of the game because he's not getting up.
He's not getting up. He's stuck on the ground. All right, so for my next two picks here, I'm going to go a little bit more towards the Kadin line of logic.
Okay. It's about time. Only took you 4 picks.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that Debbie has him on here because, oh, yeah, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and take Derrick Henry,
Yep.
which seems pretty legit.
Yep.
I mean, he's
he was
the
on my
big-
list, absolutely. I got to take him off my list now.
I mean, he's not the biggest boy, but he's a big boy, and he's going to run you over. So, and the best part about it is, Vita Vea might, land on someone, and he's not getting up. Derrick Henry will run you over, and then he'll look at the next guy, and he'll go run him over too. So, he's got energy. He's going to go run a lot of people over. It's not just one guy.
And he's quick. He's not Vita Vea slow. It's not like he's going to trip. He's actually going to aim.
He's actually going to aim, and
fire.
he's going to hit you. Speaking of going to aim, going to hit you, going to rip your throat out. Technically, this guy isn't in the league anymore. But since when did I follow that rule?
I guess we didn't clarify rules before we started.
I'm going to go with the hardest hitter the NFL has ever seen. I'm going to go Cam Chancellor.
Is he even on here?
Oh, yeah. You see him there? He's in the green.
That is DK Metcalf.
Debbie, if you didn't put Cam Chancellor on here, we're going to have a serious issue. We're going to have a talk later, Debbie. That is a problem, Debbie. He's on my list. I sent the list to you.
Bro.
And what happened? He's on the list. Oh, my goodness.
Let me see, where is it? I don't think he's...
Debbie.
I'll look him up for you.
Yeah, because I want him, man.
That's a fair pick. I didn't really know we
good
were
pick.
allowed to go back.
What's his name?
Again, you're stretching the
Chancellor,
rules. You're
K-A-M.
stretching the rules. You're like this.
Hey,
See,
What?
we looked... Oh, never mind.
You're stretching the rules big time here. But
did we clarify rules? If there's no rules to stretch,
I thought
can
it was
be
kind of.
stretching
I
them?
thought we had said NFL players. I thought it was kind of common knowledge what we were doing. But whatever. Cam Chancellor. I mean, he was a good pick. He was a hard hitter back when he played. So there we go. He's old now.
Nah.
He's gonna be running and he's gonna. And he's all of a sudden cramping up because he's an old man.
Nah, he'll be fine. I'm actually drafting Cam Chancellor in his prime. That's what you didn't realize about that.
No. It's current day.
No, you didn't realize. You didn't realize it. It was tiny right there. Enough of that, Debbie.
Vita Vea is just gonna stomp on him.
That's not gonna happen. Actually, that's not one of the options.
Right. Did you use both your picks?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I forgot to highlight Pat Ricard. There we go. All right. For my next pick, I'm kind of surprised you haven't taken him yet. I figured you would have taken him with one of those 2 picks, but then again, you went kind of stretched the rules, which still, I think this guy's a better pick than that. We saw a video recently of this guy jumping to the sky.
That's true.
So I think you're not going to be able to get this guy. I'm taking DK Metcalf.
He's actually just gonna fly away. That's
He
what
is.
we did.
They're going to run after him. He's just going to go boing. Like,
He's actually just gonna jump.
that is
out
not
of
that.
the
That
Coliseum.
whoa.
That
I'm
is
not
Odell
drafting
Beckham
him.
Jr.
I do not draft that injury-prone ACL tear boy. I am drafting DK, the number 14. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and he's jacked too. He's a real and he's quick. We saw that chase down. Like he's gonna be chasing after Dan Snyder. He's gonna be like, and he's gonna have Dan Snyder's gonna have a huge head start, like Buda Baker did a couple years ago. And DK's just gonna track him down, just like that clip we all know.
It's fine. Dan Snyder was the best pick. Not quite Roger Goodell level, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, who's your next guy?
My next guy is it. I'm debating if I want to take this guy because it goes against my entire philosophy so far. and he's not on the list. I sent it to Keegan or I sent it to Debbie.
Oh nah.
Not another one.
I sent it to Debbie.
This is what we got. This is what we got.
No. Can I please just no? This was a very big. This was one of the first ones I sent you as well. It was a big one.
I swear I your first one.
No, you didn't. All right. So
this one time. This is the last time.
this person will. Yeah, this is fine. This is gonna be the last time.
This is the last one.
Believe you.
Promise.
Trust.
So this person, he might not do as much damage to you, right? He'll do some, but there's zero chance that you're ever gonna kill this guy or get this guy because I'm drafting Tyreek Hill and you're not catching him.
That is substantially against your philosophy.
That's way against. But we have all the big boys, and then so they're like all the ones like beating you up, and then you got Tyreek Hill just going.
That's
and
great,
you're not
but
catching him.
What happens when he turns around to catch the ball? He's looking back at the ball, and Cam Chancellor comes in.
Since when is there a ball? There's no ball in this Coliseum. I had to break it to you.
Where is he? What's he running to? Like
he's just running around people.
doing what? He's just running. He's just getting tired. Like what's he doing?
No, he's tiring out the other dudes chasing after him.
We're not gonna chase him. That's a bad idea.
Fine.
That's bad.
Then he's just gonna
strategy.
stand there. And look at that. He looks pretty strong there. Oh,
He looks a lot like you should probably shrink him down way small when you put him in there. Like he should be.
No,
He should
yeah,
be
there we go.
smaller than everyone else on there.
He'll be good, and he can jump. He can jump.
He can jump.
Him
He
and
can jump
DK
pretty
are
high.
going to be doing high fives in the air after they
Yeah,
kill someone.
shrink him down a little bit smaller. He's not that big. He's not that big, pal.
No, that's fine. That is fine.
No, he's still too big.
Dude, no, Joe. That is fine, Debbie. He's
There we
not
go.
that small.
That's better. That looks.
You're
a
really
lot
gonna
better.
put him that small, but then you're gonna have. No, whatever.
Make Dan Snyder bigger. All right.
He's not that tiny. He's not Kyler Murray. He can be a little bigger than stop. Okay, this is a joke. Like now you're making me look like an idiot. Like make him bigger. All right, make him normal size. Make him like
All right.
respectable size. I will go back
for my
there right
next
now and
pick,
mess with your
You're
computer.
wired in. You can't go
I can
anywhere.
unplug myself.
No, you can't.
Guys, I will be right back. Make your pick.
So
Wait, I'm wired in. I can't do anything.
that's what I said. For my next pick, I have exhausted all of my 5 that I can draft all on my own.
Oh, you did?
So I have to go.
oh.
I have to go with my necessity picks. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from the bottom and work my way up. So I'm gonna start with the guys that I think will do the least for me, and then end with the guy that I think will probably do the most. So the guy that I think of my necessity 5 will do the least for me is probably.
You should probably do your necessity 1 so that I don't take him.
Yeah, so I was saying.
That's a substantially better
Dude,
idea.
Austin's knowledge in this draft has been like negative. What are you doing? I am wiping the floor with you. Okay, go.
No, you're not. You have Tyreek Hill. Don't even with me. What's he gonna do? Vita Vea is gonna accidentally stomp on him. He's gonna accidentally.
Vitamin
sit
is
on
not
him.
going to catch up to Tyreek Hill to be able to do that.
He's gonna trip. You already said this. All right. So who I think will do the most damage is Donovan Smith. He plays. Now listen. I have never heard of this man in my entire life.
He's a Bucks tackle, yeah.
He's a Bucks offensive lineman. The reason that I draft him over other offensive linemen is because
You're a bad drafter.
no, it's because I actually put a lot of thought into this one. So, Caden, do you know anything about the UFC?
I mean, I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So in the UFC, there is a particular trend about the winners. Okay, the champions generally come from a jiu-jitsu background. Okay, Donovan Smith does not have a jiu-jitsu background, but jiu-jitsu is a grappling form of fighting, and Donovan Smith had the most holds in the NFL last year. So, by my logic, if he's really good at holding people, which is illegal in the NFL, but in this,
No, there's no
I feel
rules.
like he could take that, maybe apply a little bit of holding, and just kind of like shake him around a little bit, and then sit on him, and that'll be. I think it's a good idea. So Mr. Penalized over here, he's gonna do the most damage for me out of my necessity picks.
You know, I don't think it's as good as the Trent Williams pick, but that's fair.
You took Trent Williams. What am I supposed to do?
Right? No. I'm saying,
exactly.
yeah.
I feel like he's the next best option.
that is a very fair pick.
I put thought into that one. Okay, so then I think that For my next one, I'm gonna go with Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell is my coach. He's gonna do the most damage here. He's a big guy. He's a big coach. He's got big energy. He's gonna rally my team to a fantastic victory. He's gonna get really into it, and we're all gonna rally around Dan Campbell, and he's gonna win this for us. Trust.
That's a very good pick. I really forgot about Dan Campbell. It's a good pick right there.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
He was a late round steal there.
he was a late round steal, which means I can wait for my coach to the very last round because
That's
you
true.
already picked your
I can
coach.
take him. That's true.
All right.
I can take 2 coaches.
Just leave me coachless. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to go. All right. The most. So defense in the NFL. I'm not calling it fight to the death. The defense is not the same as fight to the death, but it has similarities. You know, like you got to
would agree with
you got to
that,
hit
yeah.
them. You got to pound them, hurt them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to hurt them, but like it happens.
Yeah.
You beat the dude up. Who's the what's the most prestigious award a defensive player can get? Defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
That means you're the best defensive player.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Nick Bosa. He's the best defensive player. Defense has its similarities with a fight to the death, so I'm gonna go Nick Bosa. He's right there. He's a shirtless dude.
Yeah, right there. He looks pretty intimidating right there.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, if he was running, like he's got that sword behind him and everything, he's like really coming at it.
And I don't know if you know this, but Nick Bosa is a really chill dude. Like he'll be on the sidelines. There's a lot of videos of him. Like, and he's like,
I've heard a lot of things about Nick Bosa.
yeah, he's like a chill dude. Like,
Unlike his brother.
right, his brother, like,
His brother seems to
Rage
really,
issues, right.
rage issues there.
but he's like calm on something. He's like, I just want to sack the quarterback. Like, it's actually like, it's weird how calm and chill he is. It's like he's on drugs at sometimes. Like, he's like high and like chill. But hold on, that was from my little incident.
Yeah.
I think that even if like all his teammates around him are getting beat and abused, and he's like, oh my, he's like, this isn't good. But he's not gonna get too flustered. He's just gonna be like, oh my, and then he's just gonna go fight you. Like, he's not gonna get too flustered. He's just gonna be fine. So I'm going with Nick Bosa. There you go.
L pick. Boo. There's a guy that I would have taken. I used all my spots, but there's a guy that I'm looking at right now that I'm like, man, if I had another pick there, I'd take him.
We could. I thought we said. Oh,
I used all of my options that are not
okay.
mandatory. All right.
I haven't really paid attention.
Do you have another pick still, or was that your last one? of this round? I think you have one more.
Sure. I'll take another pick.
That's not. I was asking. I wasn't.
Who do I want here? Okay, I'm gonna take one of these 3 out. Coach, quarterback, kicker. I can wait to coach to the end.
Yeah.
All right, quarterback. Here we go. I am gonna take probably the tallest quarterback in the league right now. Probably definitely the strongest quarterback in the league right now. And he's really quick too. Josh Allen. There's not much to say to it. Yeah,
that seems pretty legit.
He is a hard running quarterback, and he can hit you.
Yeah.
And he's got that Wyoming energy, that Buffalo, that Bills Mafia. He knows what it's like to be in a crazy atmosphere.
That's true.
He's probably dealt with some crazy Bills. Please make Tyreek Hill bigger.
Nah, leave him just like that. That's good right there. That's good right there.
Like, it looks so stupid. Okay, at least when you make the poll, he's got to be normal sized.
Denial.
But yeah, I'm going Josh Allen.
That's a pretty good pick. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty
Now
good.
you're
right
covering Tyreek Hill up. Like, bro. I'm unplugging.
All right, with my 8th pick.
You're not coming back here. You're not doing anything.
Watch me.
My 8th pick.
You can talk. I'm unplugging real quick.
I'm gonna take.
What are you gonna do?
Making him bigger.
I'm gonna take my fullback.
No.
I'm gonna go with Kyle. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I swear his parents just added as many consonants in his last name as humanly possible. Kadin. Oh, never mind. You can't talk because you're not plugged in yet.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, something like that. Kyle, whatever his last name is.
Yushik?
Yeah, it's just a combination of consonants. For those of you who've never heard his last name spelled, it's Jushik. Z-C-Z-Y-K. Why are there two Z's? There's no word other than pizza, which has two Z's. What is that? So I'm taking him as my fullback, not because he's good in this scenario. He'd probably be pretty trash, but because he's really the only known fullback. He's the only one.
He is, but this isn't a football game.
I know. Well, who am I supposed to take? There's no one else. At least he's got recognition. Maybe he's got fans or something. They can
I should have taken.
blind your guys.
Should have taken Pat Ricard. That's what you should have done.
I should have done that. He's the biggest boy.
He is the biggest boy.
None of that for me.
Awesome.
Yeah. What?
Why do you have the Browns kicker in there? Like what?
No, that's
That
not
is not
Kyle
Kyle Juszczyk. I hate to break it to you. Kyle
The guy
Juszczyk is
with the two swords, the 44. That's Kyle Juszczyk.
one of the 7 guys with a bunch of swords on there.
They need swords. Never you mind that. Okay.
If you didn't know, my little confrontation with Debbie didn't work.
No, he's still small. All right. So for my kicker pick, I am taking Cade York, Browns kicker. He's not the biggest. He's not the strongest. But the reason that I take him in this scenario is because Cade York, when he's playing for my team, is really good at making Caden's team lose.
All right. I like that pick. I don't like it personally.
But
that's a good pick.
It is a good
The
pick.
logic on the pick is very good.
He's very good at making Caden's team lose.
The only thing he did all year was
That is so true.
Get the game winner against the Panthers.
Only thing he did was win against the Panthers. I swear he didn't make another kick since then.
that's a very good pick right there. It's good.
All right, you got your last 2 picks here, Caden. I
Yeah.
think these are your last 2.
All right, yeah, because I have quarterback and coach, or kicker and coach. And after this, we can draft a couple more guys if we want to, I guess. Maybe. We'll see what Debbie says.
I don't see my guy up here, so no.
Well, we can just... Debbie can look it up.
We'll end it after 10.
We'll just...
All right, who's your
honorable
next guy?
mentions. We can...
Yeah, I have an honorable mention.
So for my kicker, I'll go kicker first. Bro, he's not even on here. That's not my kicker. I don't even know who that is. That's not the Colts. That's the Cowboys.
That's Brett Mayer of the Cowboys.
No, that's a punter.
Oh,
that's
a
not even a
punter.
kicker.
That's not even a kicker. Oh my goodness. I didn't have him listed. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, well you're gonna have to look this guy up because I did send him to you. He used to be the kicker for the Panthers. He was a terrible kicker. Or he got cut, and he signed with Washington. Terrible kicker for Washington. Like when it comes to kicking, terrible. But he is jacked as a kicker. I didn't even know kickers could lift like this. Like this guy is massive as a kicker. His name is Joey Sly. Yeah, like every single time when the Panthers would be playing, he'd be like doing a kickoff. They'd be like, "Here's Joey Sly, the most jacked kicker in the league." Like they'd mention it every time. And I'm like, "Yeah, he's jacked, but he can't kick the ball straight," which is all that matters. But he'd be great in this situation. He can just literally drop kick you when you are. Look at that, man.
Oh my god.
How is that a kicker?
That's a kicker?
Right. So
that's not a kicker.
I'm gonna have him on my team.
That's a linebacker.
Right. I mean, that guy is huge.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even know he existed.
I mean, that guy definitely weighs a solid 200 pounds as a kicker.
That tan line is incredible, though. That's great right there.
So yeah, I'm gonna take Joey Sly.
That's a good pick.
Thanks.
Not gonna lie, as the kicker position, that's really good.
Yeah, I was really happy when I thought of him.
All right, I wonder who are you taking as the coach
Yeah,
here?
the only coach left on the board. I was really happy that I got this coach. I didn't think of Dan Campbell. That's a really good pick. I liked your Dan Campbell coach, but in my opinion, there's like a couple really strong coaches. Robert Saleh, Jets coach, strong, big dude. Same as D'Amico Ryans. Something with those 49ers defensive coordinators. I guess they just know how to get strong. But
they lift with their players.
Yeah, I guess.
Mandatory lifting.
Right. But I'm taking Robert Saleh, the Jets coach. Yeah.
100%. He's huge. I mean, in the picture that Debbie has here, he's literally flexing and he's about ready to rip that.
Yeah, because I think that was the clip from he's on the sideline. His player just got like a sack or something, and the player was like hyped and flexing, and so he goes and flexes back, and I bet you his muscles were bigger than the players because he's a big dude. So I like that pick.
All right, with my last pick here, I need a quarterback, and I am taking definitely the best quarterback for this situation. I don't think that there's a better quarterback for this job. Maybe you took Josh Allen. That doesn't matter. He might be big. Doesn't matter. I am taking the money piece right here. Okay. Probably been in a lot of street fights. Probably been involved in a lot of
fair. That's good
gang
pick.
activity. Kirk Thuggins.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kirk Thuggins. He'll roll up with his chains. You think maybe it'll weigh him down.
Bro, oh, dude, yeah, no. Hey, if you're gonna make Tyreek Hill that big, you gotta make. What are you doing there, Debbie? It's okay.
The struggle is real.
No, that's not a good pick, but I understand your logic.
That's a great
There
pick.
you go.
Kirk Thuggins is him.
Going off of your logic of going back and cheating and going back in previous years, you could have gone Cam Newton.
Yeah, but he sucks. There's not 32.
At football.
There's not 32 quarterbacks better than him. Just remember that.
At football, maybe, but in a battle royale, I'll take him second behind Josh Allen.
I'm sure you would. You would do that.
Do we go to the honorable mentions?
Yeah, I have an honorable mention
I have
here.
a bunch of honorable mentions.
Yeah, we had limited space. That's the thing.
All right, so one of the ones I really wanted to pick, I just didn't, I guess, have room. Wait, do we have the same amount of people picked?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you had the first pick and the last pick. Let's see, you got 1, 2,
I
3,
have
4,
10.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 1, 2, 3,
You have 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill small.
Dude, please make him bigger. Like it's messing with me, okay? Make him bigger. Like it's actually this stupid.
No.
Fine. I have 10, you have 10, whatever. The guy I got up there on the right, his name's Quadzilla for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, his quads are bigger than
That's huge, man.
me and your bodies.
That's a true story.
I mean,
He's huge.
yeah, he's massive. I don't know what punter you. Oh, what are you doing? I didn't draft him. Oh, we're drafting still?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm
Get
not-
him to my team.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's not fair.
Get him to my team.
No, that's not fair.
There's 4 guys left.
Yeah, but I don't want any of those guys.
No,
That's not
You're
one of
stuck
my
with-
honorable
You're
mentions.
stuck with the Cowboys punter.
That's not fair. I don't want him. What?
Too bad.
No. Take him off. It's fair. If you take him off, you have to. Fine. If we take him off, you have to
Austin gets.
let him make Tyreek Hill bigger.
Leave him on. Leave him on. Tyreek Hill, leave him on.
I like it.
Leave him on. All right, for my honorable mention, I don't need anyone else. My team is already stacked as it is. I have an honorable mention though. I honestly, it's not even an honorable mention. He should have been on here. I just straight up forgot about him.
Okay.
Ndamukong Suh.
Oh,
He's huge.
Mhm.
Number 1.
and he's mean.
Number 2, he is the most penalized player that currently plays in the NFL.
He stomped on Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he literally ranks like 7th all-time penalized, and he still plays. So he's insane. So he's my honorable mention. I should have drafted him, but no matter. But yeah,
I see a
go ahead
really
and-
good spot for Tyreek Hill, dude. Like right
Go
under AJ
ahead.
Dillon. It's making me really upset,
Go
dude.
ahead and comment.
Oh wait. I still got some honorable mentions. I got a
Okay,
lot.
all right. Who are your honorable mentions?
We got Alvin Kamara. Look, he beat a dude
I was waiting
to
for it.
death,
Yeah,
and he's like facing trial for it. Like,
yeah.
that's a great pick. I'm sorry, you didn't fit the philosophy of my team. Being big though, you're kind of small. Another
This is
one.
the guy with Tyreek Hill.
Wow. He's an exception. Another one very, very does not fit the philosophy of my team at all. There was zero chance I was drafting him, but he had to be mentioned, is Josh Dobbs. Because
Really?
he is a rocket scientist,
Yeah.
so he definitely can like build a rocket or something.
Yeah.
Like if you can
That's
draft
what that means.
a bunch of you can draft a bunch of O linemen, right? Circle around Josh Dobbs. Give him about 5 hours. He's building a rocket. You're getting your team to one of the sides of the Coliseum. You're launching that thing. It's over. You know?
Right.
Right. I mean, I think it's a fair pick.
Yeah, I like it. I like that logic.
you.
That's my kind of logic.
Right.
I like
yeah,
it.
I figured. Yeah, that's more your thinking. Kyler Murray, you're not touching him. You can't reach that small. Who else we got on here? I had a couple. Let's look. I thought of some.
That's
It's
some
fun.
Austin logic right there. I like that a lot.
Oh, the Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Josh
thanks.
Dobbs, Kyler Murray. That's Austin logic.
I had Mike McDaniel. No real reason.
That's just because I wanted him.
Yeah, glad I didn't pick him because he would have been a terrible pick. Kareem Hunt. That's a big one. He
Clearly, we don't need to get into it.
Yeah. he'd be a good pick because he
Kickboxing.
yeah, he'd be good. He'd be good.
Hey, yo.
I would also. I said Cam Newton, and then. All right, bear with me here. All right.
I forgot to add this one, I think.
No, it's okay. I wasn't gonna draft him. So these guys are gonna be really exhausted. You know where I'm going with this, Debbie? These guys are gonna be tired. They're gonna be worn out. They're gonna need some breaks. They're gonna need to relax. Okay? They're gonna be like, dude, like we've been fighting to the death for 5 hours. Like we need to relax. We need to stretch. We need a massage. And so, who better to have ready to assist and ready to massage and get these dudes ready to go back out and perform than Deshaun Watson himself?
I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the guy for the job.
He's definitely the guy. I mean,
He's got a lot of experience in
You're right.
that area.
I had too many needs to fill on the actual combat side before I could get my team medic, so I had to pass on him. But if we were drafting team medic,
It's understandable.
absolutely first pick.
Yeah. I 100% understand that. It's a great team medic right there. If I had to pick one more guy for this, I'd probably pick Aaron Hernandez. So why don't you guys go ahead, comment below, let us know whose team you think would win. It'd probably be mine, definitely not Caden's. Anything else? Anything else to add before we get out of here, Caden?
Nope. You just ended it on a bang.
Oh my gosh, Debbie, end the episode. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching this episode of K&A Football. You can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and we're also active on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're a real one.